Hey, it's yet another episode of the DNA Show, an all Carolina Panthers podcast because the black and blue runs through the DNA as always. Hey, and you're joined by Bonnie, Anthony, part of that DNA Show. And today we're talking about Carolina Panthers and the Baltimore Ravens. The house divided in the Anthony household, wife being from Baltimore. That So that is her number one team. I always cheer for them as my second team. But first and foremost, it's always Carolina Panthers. So, and man, she's got every right. Sleeping on the couch this week, and we ain't even fighting. So, but to the game itself, I am done. Not with this team. Never will you hear either of us say that here on this show. But I tell you who I'm done with, and he's the very man that come from a team. He played the Ravens twice a year. So you think you know this team a little bit, and he just did it a year ago. So he's very familiar with that stadium, very familiar with the team, very familiar with how they play. Just coming back off injury. Quarterback Baker Mayfield just cannot make a play. I don't get it. Or is it Ben McAdoo? Does Ben McAdoo, when Baker's in the lineup, does he try to simplify the offense for him? I mean, he rolled out more times than Snoop Dogg rolls up. It's like he's trying to buy him trying to buy him time. And I don't get it. And you see my co-host over there, hat on, hood up. That's how I feel right now, sir. That's how I feel. Just sitting, I could see you sitting on the sideline like, F these shoes. So it's a little insider. So your thoughts right off the bat before we get too deep in these stats. What the hell, man? Can you explain it to me? Because I prayed about it, and God, for the first time, I heard his voice. He said, "I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you."
Well, listen, man. There was once upon a time where I actually talked a lot of shit about PJ Walker. My God, do I fucking miss him?
Right.
I miss number 11, man, because Baker Mayfield fucking sucks like the rock shoes on Nate Diaz's feet. They fucking suck. He sucks. He just
so bad.
So, and I'm sure we'll go more in depth to it in the show, man. But just imagine having a top tier O line, solid running game, and plenty of weapons at receiver to fucking take, and not having a fucking talent that you were drafted number 1 overall to fucking put this team over top.
Yeah.
Secondly, fuck Ben McAdoo. That motherfucker is out here running only God knows what. It looks like fucking Recreation Center football on an damn Saturday. That's the bullshit that ain't working, man. Fuck Baker Mayfield and fuck Ben McAdoo, man. They just I understand we're not a winning football team right now, man, but you still want to see the potential. And some days you do and some days you don't. I miss the Red Rocket at this point. That being said, bro, I miss fucking the Red Rocket. I miss the PJ Walker. Man, get fucking Baker Mayfield out of here. Whoever drafted him at 1, John Dorsey, go fuck yourself. What are you doing?
Yeah, for sure. A very, very easily won game today. Final score 13-3 in Baltimore, in enemy territory. Defense came to play. Defense played well. They gave it some things. That's going to happen. That happens. Everybody. They kept Lamar pretty contained.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I don't want to use the word shut down, but close to it. Yeah, it didn't do too much.
It wasn't. I'm saying it wasn't an MVP Lamar
right. Yeah, exactly. So speaking of what he did today, what we did today. Let's dive into it a little bit, and we'll show you some stats here. So, offensive side of the ball, we had a total of 205 yards, to their 308. Had a whole 100 yards more than us. And always, I have to point it out, but a third down efficiency. This today for the Carolina Panthers, 3 of 12 to their 6 of 15. And theirs wasn't even that good. But if you look at it side by side, as you see there, they doubled ours. How many third downs they converted for? So 6 of 15 on their end, 3 for 12 for us. Passing yards 169 to their 193. Not too much more than Baker and Lamar. Rushing yards to our 36. There was a problem here to their 115. So there's a difference there. Red zone, we reached once. We didn't get it. 0 for 1. Settled for the field goal. The only points of the game. Red zone for them, they got in one. Or they took 4 trips to the red zone. Kudos to the defense there and made it once. So that's kudos to the defense there. And it only took them one time to score. That's the sad thing. It only took them one touchdown to win this game. And we easily could have done it on our one trip. So, and that was after an interception, which we'll get to, by a defensive lineman. Shout out to big boy Roy, picking it off that line. Good for him, man. Great play, and he got to take that home, put it on top of his fireplace. Good for him. Um, and still couldn't turn around, couldn't score. So, and speaking of Mr. Mayfield, 21 of 33, not bad. 196 yards, not bad. 5.9 average, sacked 4 times, no touchdowns, 2 turnovers, interceptions. Don't get it. Don't understand. Can't explain it to me. Resurrect Einstein, he'll be like, you got me. I don't know. I can't really figure out the formula here. So now over to the defense. Defense, they allowed a total yards, 308. 193 of those were passing, like I said, 115 rushing. Again, 1 for 4 in the red zone. They ended up coming with a 1 interception, big boy Roy. And we had 3 sacks, one from Burns, one from YGM, and one from Frankie Louvu. No surprise there. And along with Louvu, he'd become part of the 10 tackle club. So 10 tackles from Louvu and 2 other guys, Jeremy Chin and CJ Henderson, all had 10 tackles today, total tackles. And the 1 interception from Roy. So, hey, defense as always, defense as always helps out. So, back to us here. So, man, I don't even know where to begin. I'm so I'm so fed up, so angry with. I'll bring back the old Ron Rivera saying missed opportunities. And you want to talk about missed opportunities? Today was the epitome of it. Yeah, I was like, okay, Baker's coming back. We've been kind of improving a little bit. There was a graphic they showed during the game today that said, "Oh, here's what's changed since Baker's last start because he's been hurt. New head coach, uh, Chris McCaffrey's gone. And there's a couple other things.
Robbie gone.
Robbie Anderson gone. I seemed like there was one more. May have been like just how maybe just more wins and stuff. So it's funny when you're gone, we're winning. And here you are, you're back. You're supposed to be the savior. The reason why we signed you. Better than Darnold, better than PJ, better than Matt Corral. But
Monster rears his ugly head.
yeah,
Ah.
yeah. Go back to where you come from, man. Tired of it. Tired of him. So, but what do you think, man? What's some things we need to work on? I know our rushing wasn't very good today. Um, it looks just the play calling was, I don't know, man. It's like they almost cater. It's like he changed up a little bit under Baker. So, your thoughts, sir?
Need a little drink
After,
of water for the start.
yeah, he's coming in for the kill.
So, first and foremost, when you can't run the ball, what do you want your quarterback to do? Take over the game using his what?
That good old arm, right or left, whichever one you use.
The arm that he was drafted #1 overall to use. So guess what? We got 0 of that today. He had some
Yeah,
good passes, but guess what? You got to take over a game. If the run game's not there, you got to air that bitch out. We did not do
Yeah.
that. Some horrible play calling. I saw Laviska Shenault today get so many balls around the line of scrimmage. Let him fucking run routes. What are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Anytime. So, like, people are going to start catching on, man. They're going to start bringing safeties down. They're going to start bringing their corners closer. Anytime they see Laviska Shenault in the field, because they know it's either going to be a fucking bubble screen or. So that's one thing. Two, man, Baker Mayfield just cannot lead this football team. I'm just a quarterback, a good quarterback would take this team over the top right now. Even with all these, with the lack of tight end play, I guess you could say. But I mean, a good quarterback takes this team and at least pushes a wild card spot. No ifs, ands, or
Sure.
buts about it. You're
Agreed.
seeing them, Marshall Jr. You're seeing DJ Moore barely touch the ball. Why are we
Mm-hmm.
not getting DJ? That's what I'm saying. This is not only a huge Baker Mayfield problem, it's a huge Ben McAdoo problem. You don't know what he's doing, man. That's why he's been fired as much as he has, whether it be head coach or. I mean, coming to the season, I try to be optimistic about McAdoo, but it seems like his play calling is just so damn dull. It's like eating an expired Pringle, just fucking bland, dull. And that's what this offense is like. The defense, once again, was on the field for over an extended amount of time, they got takeaways, they sacked the quarterback, they contained an MVP of the league.
Yeah.
Pretty eventually, when you're on the field and you're expected to get all these stops, you're eventually gonna find some sort of inefficiency, and you're going to score on that defense that's on the field more times than offense has been able to convert. We can't get off. We can't move the chains on third down. We can't threaten the team down. I can't recall how many shots we took today. We probably didn't even take a fucking shot down the field, if
I
I
don't
can
think so.
remember.
Yeah, I don't think
So
so.
what are we doing here? What are we doing here? We brought
Big
Baker Mayfield in.
biggest shot might have been Terrence Marshall to the end
Yeah,
zone.
okay. That's
That was like the biggest
yeah.
thing
That came in later in the game, didn't it?
later in the yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that same shot came in when it was too fucking late. We had 0 timeouts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. So really, we only take one shot a game. I think
Yeah.
from the last biggest shot I've seen us take was DJ Moore, and that was to win the game. Should have
Yep.
been if it converted, but we just have no explosiveness. Really, we don't have.
Yeah.
We have the pieces to be explosive, but yet we don't use them to be explosive.
Yep.
It's like we want to move the change. Fuck that shit. I want to blow this secondary off the top. I want to make them look stupid, and I want to score.
Right.
Deontay Foreman ain't gonna be Superman every game, okay? Marshall Faulk had a game where he probably had 30-some yards. Fucking Adrian Peterson had a game where he had 30-some. Eventually, they're going to see and they're going to exploit the weakness of you being unable to blow the top off the defense. Point blank. Period. Happened today.
You just brought up a good point. Talking about using the different weapons and stuff like that. The receiver room we have. On paper, you can't tell it, but I think we have the best receiving core in the NFL. I know some people out there just melted when I said that, but
talent-wise, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, talent-wise.
But people wouldn't be able to see because we don't fucking use them the right way.
Right. So that's what I'm getting to also. So Shenault is our short guy, DJ our middle guy, Marshall our deep guy, and then sprinkle in some more guys here and there. Man, and to not move the ball still, and then Foreman being great, I would like to see someone come in and kind of back him, do what he was doing for Christian.
Yep.
Just a two-headed monster, and then just a quarterback that can do something. So, you talked about earlier about you're missing tight end play, but with all that working, our tight ends would get better as well. So it's just missed opportunity, man. But go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, Ben McAdoo would probably be the same type of motherfucker to get a Randy Moss and a Jerry Rice in their prime, and like, not right. Use them. Or my fault, nice with them is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
So we have Laviska Shenault, who I think people think I'm stupid. I think he could do some of the same things Deebo Samuel did. You turn on his tape in Jacksonville, he does the same. He's been out in the backfield. He's a big physical. You got to use him that way. You don't have to just throw bubble screens to him just because. I mean, it works, yeah, but I want to see. He's a miss. It's a mismatch for a lot of corners. Not dude. Laviska Shaw shaped as a fucking running back. Terrence
Yeah.
Marshall Jr. That's Terrence Marshall Jr.'s explosion onto the scene as a prime example of how bad our coaching was with Matt
Yeah.
Rule. This dude didn't even touch the field. And I was talking about how he needed to be on the field. He never had the opportunity. Guess what? He scored against some touches. Look how explosive he is now.
Yeah.
He's
Making good plays.
he can high point a ball, and then of course my man DJ Moore don't get a lot of love, man. He's the number one receiver. We just paid him a shit ton of money. Give him the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Why is 4 touches a game? Oh, I know, because Baker Mayfield, the same person I'm talking about, DJ Moore was missed by Baker Mayfield, who played shitty today. I don't know if you recall, there were 2 or 3 passes where DJ Moore ran out route, and that fucking ball airmailed every
Yep.
single time. Either or it bounced to DJ Moore.
Yeah.
We don't. I'm telling you, man. People might think I'm stupid. You put in a quarterback in this upcoming draft. Like I said, either Stroud or Young. Me personally, I would take Bryce Young at this point just because it's the safest pick. Hate to talk about the draft, but you plug him in this offense, you might be seeing explosions. Or
Yeah.
we haven't even seen Matt Corral. Imagine what Matt Corral could be doing. We don't know.
Yeah. We don't know. We don't have
We
an
just
idea.
bad
And
coaching,
and,
man.
and don't say preseason, because you know what line he played behind in those preseason games? He was basically playing first stringers against our third string, trying to make the team, trying to be in the NFL lineup. So no, that's
This
not fair to say.
team is loaded for a good quarter or for a young quarterback to come in and take
Yeah.
the reins. We're very young. It's not like we have a bunch of aging veteran receivers.
Yeah.
Um,
I hate to
so
be the dead horse, man, but there is no reason right now. The way that Sam Darnold hurt, Matt Corral hurt, PJ Walker, and that's the nicest thing I can say. Baker Mayfield, no. Why, Donnie? Why? You know where I'm going. Why have we
where's
not
where
called Kent?
the fuck is he at? I know where he's at. He's at home. He's playing video games. Yeah, he's playing video games like us. Like us. He's at home playing video games. Fucking call him, man. He's in shape. He looks fucking great. Call him. Call him. What do we have to lose? What do
Yeah,
we have to lose at this point?
nothing.
What the fuck is there to lose? Call him.
He works out. He works
Get
out.
it.
He don't work out. He don't work out.
Call him. I'll fucking call him.
Don't fucking call.
Bro, you know how down bad I am? You want to hear how down bad I am in this life?
He subscribed to
Begging
his
for
YouTube
PJ
channel.
Walker. Oh, I am so down bad. I'm asking for PJ Walker and Sam Darnold to come back. Fuck.
Right.
I just don't. The reason Cameron Jordan is at the house, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Matt Rule, call him. He's not gonna mean call him.
He ain't
But
32. I'll tell you that. Like you said, he ain't 32. And even if he is 32, at this point, fuck it. We're 32. Let's be 32 together. You want to wear number 32? Wear number 32. I don't give a shit.
me and you had that conversation the other day, man. It's like, remember I called you when I left the gym. I said I was on the treadmill watching Camden highlights and the tribute, and it had me all teared up, man. But it's like,
Yeah.
even last season when knowing maybe 50-some% of the playbook, Matt probably not even that, and he was able to get us in the end zone 10 times more than Sam Darnold could.
Yes, sir.
Bring him in next offseason. Say if we're unable to your drafted quarterback of our choice, which I hope is not the case. I do want a quarterback of our future to come in.
Sure.
Bring him in as a free agent. He took a whole season off. He's fully healthy. He's probably re-energized. Man, let him play.
Yeah.
But that, I don't know, man. I'm just sick of it. This team has so many inefficiencies at quarterback. Is sad. Just imagine having a top tier offensive line, and yes, it's top tier. The reason why you see 20, and for people who are not very smart or simple minded in football, believe me, the reason why the offensive line ranks are 20th is because of subpar quarterback play. You could block your ass off all fucking day long, but your quarterback could be throwing behind receivers, throwing picks, and it just brings off line rating down. Because guess what? There's no offensive success without good quarterback play.
Yes, thank you. Well said. Well said.
So Yeah, man, it all just comes down to just you gotta get a good quarterback here. I'm telling you, you keep these young pieces, you keep this offensive line intact.
Yeah,
You add another alongside Brian Burns. Um, I mean, there's not many holes to fill. Just get a quarterback that can come in here and take the top off this defense and let us go to the moon with it, man.
yeah,
It's, but I trust Steve Wilkes. I think he definitely got fucked over in Arizona, and I do think
yeah,
if we give him the opportunity to pick the quarterback of his choice, I don't think he'll miss. And I think a dream pairing would be a Steve Wilkes and a
hmm,
uh, outfitter.
yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah, we're to be so far down the list in terms of I guess overall play because we're probably I think our power rankings are I think we're 32 of 32, but to be so far down dead last, we're so close. We are. You don't get it, people.
yeah, not
We're
that far away.
yeah. This is the this is the best number 32 team in the history of
Yeah,
the NFL, and that's sad.
coaches are salivating at the opportunity. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if because I love Coach Steve Wilkes, I really do, man. Like I said, I think he's doing a hell of a job with such shitty quarterbacks he's been done a horrible hand with.
Right.
Let's say he doesn't get the job. You know how many candidates are fucking just chomping at the bit to come in here and interview for this job?
Yeah.
All there is a quarterback away.
Even Peyton said he it looks attractive, an
Yeah,
attractive opportunity for him.
and
So
it's not even biased. It's just realistic.
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
thought
and he was a Saints coach who hates us for years. So yeah, I don't know.
fuck Baker Mayfield and fuck Ben McAdoo? Fuck Ben McAdoo's hair. Not even his shoes. Fuck his hair. He's got better hair than I do. And fuck Baker Mayfield. Fuck every progressive commercial that son of a bitch has been on. Fuck him. Fuck him. Sorry,
See,
y'all.
the local companies don't even like Baker Mayfield. It's like, but his agent, hey, Baker Mayfield's coming to Carolina. Bojangles was like, so.
Who gives a fuck, motherfucker?
Well, I know Jake Delhomme and Steve Smith and other guys like that. Luke Kuechly, they did the commercials. Yeah, motherfucker, they were good.
Yeah.
People
Well,
love them. Don't nobody like this
I'm
bastard.
the biggest ass because I said that he and DJ Moore were going to be a Pro Bowl duo. That's what I said. So
Hey, well, I
every
don't remember you saying that. Did you really? You said Baker and DJ would be Pro Bowl?
yeah, I thought they were going to have a Pro Bowl year together. Just because DJ doesn't really need an elite quarterback to throw him the football to be great. Now he's not even getting the fucking football. But I
Yeah,
was wrong about. He just needs a damn decent quarterback. Baker Mayfield and all those guys are not even decent.
yeah,
Um, they're not even getting the receivers the ball. So imagine not getting DJ Moore the ball. All he needs is the ball because it's shown time and time again. You give him the ball in space, he'll do it all by himself. He's
yeah.
done it many a time.
Many
So,
times.
uh,
Um,
I fuck
yeah.
me for those offseason predictions.
Well, it
Fuck
all
me.
starts with he's at home right now, just counting. All starts with Matt Rule, man. This all started with him, man. The way training camp started and his hires. Ben McAdoo is his shit. Um, uh, uh, Phil Snow was his shit. Um, even though the defense was playing well over Phil Snow, and I liked Phil Snow,
Right.
but it seems like they're even getting better under
Yeah.
Al.
Al.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then with a defensive head coach, we've always done well with a defensive head coach in Carolina. John Fox, defensive minded. Capers is defensive minded, from what I can gather. Um, and Rivera, defensive minded, defensive player as well. So it's just always done well. And defense wins championships, the old saying, and that'll always be true, man. So and
It,
the defense is there. Defense is there.
well, think about it like this, bro. What a beautiful story it would be for Steve Wilkes from Charlotte, North
Mhm.
Carolina, went to school in Appalachian, come back to the Carolinas and win a fucking Super Bowl. That's about as Carolina as he is. What a beautiful story that would be.
Yeah, for sure.
He already and he's been under. I talked to Chris Woodard about it. Shout out Chris Woodard, one of my coworkers. I said, man, listen, he's been under Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
He knows what football looks like. He was in those same meetings. He has the same. He almost has the same like demeanor as Ron.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He's got that look on the sideline. Because everyone swears up and down Ron Rivera's not a good coach because he doesn't have any emotion. That's bullshit. You can't go out there and play for a guy without emotion. It's the shit behind the scenes that you don't see that he does to help motivate these guys. So I think Steve Wilkes is the same kind of way. I think he can command a locker room. I just think he needs to be given the right tools to succeed. And I'll say this, and I'll give you the rest of the show, man. I'm sorry. I just had to get something off my chest.
It's your show, man.
No, really not. It's our show. It's our show.
The DNA show.
It's our show. So Steve Wilkes and Coach James Canton have been some of the best hires we've had in the last 5 years. Offensive line coach, and of course, Steve Wilkes. And I think special teams is looking damn good, too. So shout out to Coach Tabor. I think I think special teams is looking really good.
Yeah.
But those three guys must stay, and I think they will stay under Steve Wilkes. Definitely got to keep Coach Camden, though, because his offensive line looks fucking amazing. Amazing. So,
yeah.
For you, man, I had to get whatever I had to get off.
You mentioned Rivera. Steve Wilkes, current head coach, has played or coached under the winning football team of Ron Rivera's. And you talk about there not being much emotion and stuff like that. I wonder how many Carolina Panther fans want out there. Let me put this on social media. How many you guys want to see Steve Wilkes as our head coach for next year? How many of you want him to get the job? I know we do. And how many people think that his not many emotions on the sideline matters when Ron Rivera is the same thing? And on our TikTok, and I'll put up here right now where you can follow us on TikTok at Don Ant Show. I actually posted a video on Amazon. We had an All or Nothing series. It was right after 2015, and it was about the Carolina Panthers. And there's a clip of Ron Rivera going crazy, cussing, something that even Panthers fans had never saw until that came out. And so you don't really know what it is like in the locker room. You never know what he's like, so we can't. It's not fair to judge him in that way. So, but the only way that we can judge him is if he wins or loses game. A lot of losses right now, but man, the difference of how things are handled and how the team plays is what we have to be able to judge him on. So, but yeah, anyone who thinks Wilkes isn't the guy because he's not animated on the sideline or something like that, yeah, I don't know if I can agree with you there. So hopefully, Steve Wilkes is our guy here soon. So,
Yeah.
But before we give our last thoughts here, there's our social media pages: Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all the same username at Don Ant Show. Facebook and YouTube, the Don and Anthony Show, as we are the DNA Show. So, as always, sir, gavel's hitting the old desk there. Panthers and Ravens. Panthers at the Baltimore Ravens. Final score, they win. Baltimore Ravens win 13-3. What are problems that continue to need to be addressed, and what looks good, and your final thoughts?
Let's go with things look good, man. I think this defense looked good. I do think this defense may be a linebacker away and another defensive piece on the defensive line for being like maybe a top 5. This defense is it was built by a lot of it was built by Matt Rule, so I'll give him his credit there. Good shit, Matt Rule. But the defense is just fine, I think, man. Just get like another defensive tackle, of course, a defensive end, and I mean the emergence of Derek Brown this season, man. I think that guy should have a fucking ticket punch to the Pro Bowl this year.
For sure.
Brown is stepping up. He stepped up today. So I'm proud of him. Defense is fantastic, man. Not many holes at all. So I think our defense is our brightest spot. As far as things that continue to happen all fucking every weekend, we got that is going to shit the bed. Inconsistent quarterback play. By far, decision. You don't know what you're going to get out of our quarterbacks. So 1 week. So PJ's first time in a while starting was against the Rams. We fucking barely threw the ball. Just PJ looked all out of sorts. Then we go to Atlanta. He shows his ass. Um, we the Bengals game was a fucking mess
Yeah,
with PJ. Then we play Atlanta again. Has a hell of a game. It's
yeah,
inconsistency at quarterback. So the biggest thing we need to address, two things: get a quarterback of the future in this bitch. Whether it be Matt Corral, get him healthy. I don't know. I don't want to write him off yet because he just hasn't had a fair shake. So
right.
him in consideration. But either get a quarterback of the future, whether it be Corral or a draft pick, and we got to get a new offensive coordinator in there who can actually threaten a fucking defense. We
Yeah,
don't scare defense. We just don't. That's what we need to fix. Can that be fixed this season? Highly doubt it because the same motherfuckers gonna have the same fucking headset on, probably spitting the same kind of fucking food out on the fucking shit here, whatever the fuck. That just so new quarterback and new offensive coordinator.
yeah,
Problem solved. Everything else is there. The potential's fucking there, man. I'm telling you. I'm
yeah,
cussing a lot. This so frustrated because I see the potential, man. It's like being a coach and just imagine like a young Randy Moss. You remember? I don't know if you ever watched the documentary. He was kind of like a knucklehead, just
yeah.
maybe in high school. You just
Uh,
have to stay on him, have to stay on him, and then eventually,
yeah,
boom, the potential is finally just unlocked, and it's him in his
yeah,
elite form. That's what this offense is, man. It just needs to be coached correctly. Not even by Steve Wilkes because they're playing hard for Steve Wilkes. It's just executing, and we can't do that. So just those are my two biggest um, areas that we need to address this offseason.
oh, well said, sir. Everything. I think you're spot on with everything. Basically, inconsistency. We need to find who we are. We need. I hate to say it. I think I say we say it every podcast, but that keep pounding motto is still. They got it packed up in a box somewhere. Yeah, they need to get it back out. They need to bring it back out. We're still not there, and I think there's a couple cancers on this team, man, that we need to cut out. Man, we need to go have surgery and remove them. And Ben McAdoo's one. Baker Mayfield's another, man. And I'm bringing this up. And we'll close the show out. Talking to a guy, sports guy at my job, and we're watching old Panthers. I think I talked to you about it, Don. We're watching the 2003 Panthers. And a little clip, everybody knows the clip if you're a true Panthers fan. Jake Delhomme, Rodney Harrison running into each other at the Super Bowl, Super Bowl 38. And you don't know what he says, but Jake Delhomme was sitting there talking his shit to Rodney Harrison. It looked like he dropped the MF, called him MF something. That's the fire we need, man. That's the fire that this defense has. That's the fire that Cam Newton had. And he said, "Wait a minute, you don't think Baker Mayfield's your fiery guy?" I said, "No, it sucks." And that's the wrong kind of fire too. I don't mean some asshole either. That's there's a humble. So a lot of people think Cam Newton was that fiery asshole. A lot of people just hated Cam just because he was a winner and he just enjoyed life. How dare you enjoy life and win? He had a lot of haters. That was his problem.
How dare you
Uh,
enjoy scoring touchdowns, you
yeah,
selfish.
yeah. So he scored a touchdown in Tennessee, and Tennessee has a problem with it. And he's dancing in the end zone. They're so mad, and Cam told the truth and said, "Well, you don't like it, keep me out of it. Keep me out of the end zone." And they ever since then people hated Cam. So people hate the truth. But the way Baker does, like grabbing his nuts in college and all that stuff, and that kind of thing, that's a little different. That's a bad energy fire. You want a good fire who a no back down attitude. That's kind of a bullyish alpha male type shit that I just don't really care for. I know I sound contradicting, but I don't. It's there's a difference, and I can't really explain it much more than that. Because if you just don't get it, you just don't get it. But there's a difference, man.
It'd be different if
And
he backed it up with his fucking play, but he doesn't.
and if he backed it up, yeah, that's another thing. So and yeah, that kind of deal. So that's where. But at the end of the day, like you said, inconsistency, and that keep pounding motto, man. It's just I think we're trying to show it again. We're trying, but dare I say, we need a playmaker, like a team to either need a team to come together, or a guy like Cam who just about damn did it on his own. So, and a likable guy. So, but yeah, man, there's brighter days ahead. There always will be. Um, but yeah, that's kind of all I can say, man. At the end of the day, man, the DNA show, the Donnie and Anthony show, we're going to keep pounding, and never going to turn our back on this team. I know a lot of people who have. We know people who have left their team who weren't the Panthers and come to the Panthers. You chose a hell of a year to do that. um, but so jokes on you. Um, that I tell you right here, man. This color blue will never stop wearing. We also wear. Uh, you can kind of see it right here. Tar Heel blue. Also big Tar Heel fans. So which are playing. They're playing for the ACC championship. In about 2 weeks. Yes. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday they play in Bank of America Stadium against Clemson. So that's kind of a North Carolina, South Carolina thing going on there. We're Tar Heels at the end of the day, and the next time we're at Bank of America Stadium, actually I don't even know the schedule. Do you know Do you know the schedule next? Let's see here.
Fucking break. We need a bye week.
Oh, we may have a bye week next week. 27th. Yeah, we don't play again until the 27th. Oh, which is this Sunday. Oh, then we have a bye week. So this Sunday, Denver Broncos. I believe it's at home. It's at Carolina. So Russell Wilson and the boys come into town. Then we have a bye week. So and so we'll see everyone after Thanksgiving. Have a good Thanksgiving. Watch some football. It won't be the Panthers. Last time the Panthers played Thanksgiving was against the Dallas Cowboys against all blue. Luke Kuechly took it back for a TD. Boy, do I miss those days.
Me too.
Do we miss those days? We'll be back. Promise. Might not even be next season. Next season may be a repeat, but it's coming, man. And brighter days are ahead in Carolina. I really truly believe that. So
Me too.
see it together. Like Donnie says, not far at all. Only one or two or three positions away, and keys of the kingdom are there. Vince Lombardi Trophy's coming home at Bank of America Stadium. And hey, thanks for joining us here at the home, the Donnie and Anthony Show, DNA Show, because the black and blue runs through the DNA. And at the end of the day, always, always, always tell them, sir.
Keep pounding and happy Thanksgiving.
Yay, yay.